Hello, friends. I'm excited to talk to you on this Wednesday at lunch. Bridget songs. Okay, here we have Bridget. So now. Bridget, hi.
What's up? Hi, how's it going?
Good, it's great to see you.
You too.
Now, I have a request. Since on Instagram, it looks like the lettering is like over the lower part of your face. Can you move to the other part of the frame? Yeah, over. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Then you can get a nice view of my Hawaiian lady that I inherited from my dad.
Oh,
she shakes her hips sometimes, but sometimes it doesn't work. So.
Oh, does it work? You want to show us?
Let's see if she's working today.
It could be a nice little, a fun prop.
Yeah, she's not working right now. I need to go take her in, oil her up.
I hope you can get her taken care of.
Yeah.
So, I'm Kadie Kelly. I'm founder of Superpower the Song, and I have Bridget on today, who is a musical mover and shaker who's inspired me in a lot of her different roles with music. I know Bridget as a songwriter and as a creative director for a label, and as someone who does these amazing workshops called Wake Up Singing. That I've experienced like a really powerful healing experience from. So I'm thrilled to have you here, Bridget, and maybe just to give you like an open-ended, like, tell us about your musical journey, or what would you like to share about yourself?
Wow, that's a big question. So I guess my musical journey started when I was young. My mom is a singer. My dad was a recording engineer. And so I was kind of grew up around music and hey, Genesis. And started singing at a young age. I was singing backup for my mom on the, she's a country singer-songwriter. And then I started writing songs when I was about 12 years old. And then when I went to college, I decided to study music, performance, and composition at the College of Santa Fe in New Mexico. And I was in the contemporary music department, and they had a Middle Eastern and Balkan music ensemble. And the Balkan music just blew my mind, blew my world open, and helped me find my voice. So I got really into that and there was like a Balkan music and dance workshop up in Mendocino, which happens every summer. Well, this summer it's not happening. They're doing it virtually. And while I was there, I feel like I found something deep and super meaningful for my spirit. And then I proceeded to sing choral music from Eastern Europe for many years. And all along the way, I'm also a songwriter. So like I was kind of having these two, I feel like I have these two very distinct paths that are concurrently happening. And yeah, it's been a really interesting journey, to discover how powerful singing is and how healing it is. I've gotten into teaching over the past 7 or 8 years, and it's really changed my life. I love shepherding people through the process of healing and opening up through the voice, and discovering the potential of the voice and all the different sounds people can make, and different emotionality and different tones. And it's a really beautiful thing. And last fall I had the great
it's frozen. Oh, there we are. So you or me?
Sorry about that. Last fall I had access to this amazing space called the East Bay Community Space, and I was able to start going there every morning at 7:30, from 7:30 to 8:45, and put on like a drone. I did yoga for the first few minutes and then put on a drone, and I invited people to come, and that you were there, Kadie, many times, and a few other friends of mine came by, and it was just probably one of the most spiritually awake moments of my life, where I just feel like there was this freedom and exploration, and it was just really beautiful. So I'm trying to continue that in a virtual way. I do these Monday and Thursday morning warm-ups just to help people access their voices and continue to sing, because singing is such a healing activity, and it can really help with immunity and help with the brain and kind of keeping connected in this weird time where we're kind of stuck at home, so it's been great. It's been really great.
Well, I know when I had been I am a trauma survivor myself, and at one point I had a doctor prescribe singing to me, and just as a way to start to tap into being able to express. And so I hadn't really developed like the courage to sing, but when I went to your thing, I knew I wanted more singing in my life, right? And I just felt like I was able to release something that was so profound through sound, and it was so intuitive, and I just experienced like a much better connection with myself and my sound, and like in my confidence as well. Like, well, if this is possible, then it kind of spurred me on to continue working with my voice. And I think the ability to access creativity too. So I just really found that awesome.
Well, and that's the best thing I could hear as like somebody who wants to facilitate that for people, that like you had this experience and then went on to continually deepen and discover your relationship with your voice. I mean, there's nothing more satisfying than hearing that. And I feel like there's something in like music therapy. I'm not a music therapist, and I have never claimed to be, but sometimes when I'm teaching people, I feel like that's my role, is to kind of help create a space where there's freedom, and like that, just the space for expression is so important. I feel like that's part of why like there's so much about like First Amendment. It's like there's this freedom of expression that like humans need. We need to be able to, open up, and I think with something like singing, which is so vulnerable and so like I think about our culture and how we kind of treat vocalists as like these icons, or these special voices that like, everybody loves this person's voice. Like there's something really magnetic about singing, and it's also kind of exclusionary. It's like, if you're not at this certain level, like you shouldn't even open up your mouth. And I really love to push against that. I mean, mainly because I've done folk music for most of my like professional career. I feel like every voice needs to be heard. Every voice needs to have a space. Every voice deserves some safety and space, really. And I hear so many people saying like, I can't sing, or like, I don't know how to, or I don't know how to hold a tune or anything. And I always kind of push against that and say, well, you just haven't accessed it. You haven't been given the chance and the opportunity to grow in that way, and to feel safe exploring it. Because once you have a little space around you to explore it, you can discover all sorts of things. That's my theory.
It's very generative. And I if you want to put in the comment your link to your virtual warm-up, or your what you're doing like online, you can. I don't know if that will work.
Yeah. What I do is every Thursday and Monday morning, I do a 30-minute warm-up on Facebook and YouTube. So it's on my Briget Boyle YouTube page. And then on Facebook, it's on the Unleash Your Voice page. And it's also broadcast on Keepka's YouTube page, and True Life Trio on my music page. So I'm all over the Facebook. And it's been it's fun. It's more, it's a little less like experimental than the Wake Up Singing was in the real space. But I do really try to encourage people to freely express and sort of noise, as I like to say. It's like, it's less about singing and more about just like tuning in and expressing. And for me, it's like it's been the thing that has gotten me through the last few months. Like it's really helpful to have that space where I can make noise. Sorry, neighbors.
I'm sure they don't mind, right? Sure they don't
Yeah.
mind. Well, yeah, and we haven't even touched on like your role with Kitka and like and yeah, I mean that's like a huge part of what you've and the True Life Trio. So
Yeah. I can talk about me.
yeah, let me.
See what's happening here. Sorry, I'm trying to put a comment
Actually
in
need to get
and
some power into my phone.
yeah, so Kitka is an ensemble that's been around for 40 years. And I spent the greater part of my 20s being a full-time member, and also the ensemble manager and the office manager. And I'm back in the group. I had left for a few years, but I'm back in the group, and it's interesting to be in a choir in quarantine because we're not getting to do the thing that we do best. So we're kind of, to be honest, we're struggling with what is our role right now, and like how can we as artists and as musicians be creating harmony and healing in the world. True Life Trio is also something I've been in for about 10 years, and truelifetrio.com is our website. We do music from Eastern Europe and then also Cajun music and kind of folk music from all over the world. But it's really driven by us three as individuals, our sort of taste in music, and we kind of we just do what we love, and we love each other, and so that's been really fun. And we're starting to actually get together socially distanced once a week to play some music, and we're wearing masks and sitting in the backyard and really far away from each other. I'm immunocompromised, so I've been really careful, but I felt like music making in person is something I really need to do, or else. So I've been willing to try that on, and it's actually felt quite safe the way we've been doing it. So yeah, those two groups are awesome. And I also am a composer and songwriter myself, and so I'm working on kind of the recording and editing parts of developing that part of me. And I haven't been writing a lot, but I feel like it's about to happen. Like there's a lot building up, and I think it's about to start.
Well, we should let everyone know you are prolific. You do have work out there. You might feel like you have a period where you haven't been writing as much, but you've definitely established a body of work, I think. Don't you feel like?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have 2 albums that I've released, and I am writing. It's just it's not as much. Like I go in these big like dumps where it's like a month I'll write every day, and then I won't write for 3 years. So,
it's like waves.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of like commitment and practice, and really allowing the creative part of me to have a space in my life. Sometimes it's hard to feel safe with it all the time. But yeah, I think I'm learning that she needs a bigger spot in my spectrum of things I do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to give you the opportunity to play something if you can. Do you want to play or sing for us?
Yeah, I'll sing a Bulgarian song because that's kind of where I'm at right now. This is one of my favorite songs, and I'll share the translation. So it's Nicholas shouted out from the peaks of the Stara Planina, which is the mountain range from Ikligova field. Ghana, let out the cattle, your cattle, our cattle, my uncle's water buffaloes. I will go to sell them to try to buy your heart. And Ghana tells Nicholas, my dear Nicholas, I will not sell my heart for money. I will exchange it for your heart. And Ghana let out the cattle, my uncle's water buffaloes. So it's one of the most beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life. So hopefully you enjoy it. Let's see. vrachot stara planina Hoti klikova Poljana Iskarvaj ga nogoveta Vashite gano Nashite Vashite gano nashite Ciciovi presi bivoli Shachoda prodavam danoti srce odkupia iskarvaj ga Vashite gano nashite.
That's so beautiful, Bridget.
Oh, thanks. Such a beautiful song. Yeah, it's a very special song.
I really enjoyed seeing you guys perform at your Christmas concert.
Oh, thank you.
Was
Yeah,
that the
was an
last
amazing
time that the last time that they performed?
Yeah, basically winter songs happened. I actually had to miss the last little bit of it because my father passed away like the weekend after the last weekend of winter songs, so that was all kind of a crazy time for me. And then Keithka like took January off and then started getting together in February, and they asked me to rejoin the group right around that time. So when I came back from LA after kind of dealing with my dad's estate, I joined. We had like 3 rehearsals, and then it was like boom, quarantine, and so it was kind of a really, really strange time to rejoin a vocal group. But I mean, that Winter Songs program was really special, and it was really great to reconnect with the group and really feel like, oh yeah, I could be a part of this again, and really use my voice in that way again. So
yeah, it was magical, very beautiful. Yeah. I wanted to also give you the chance to talk about the I Need Space Music Festival.
Oh yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, so I am the co-producer / mother of I Need Space, which is a live stream queer music festival that happens the 3rd Saturday of every month, which is coming up this weekend, July 18th. We stream live to Facebook and YouTube and Twitch. I'm scheming on how to get us live on Instagram, but I haven't quite figured out the way yet. There's not like a good multi-streaming thing that ends up on Instagram that I found. If anybody knows, please do hit me up and let me know. But yeah, it started, Genesis Furman and Willa Mamet, who are 2 Bay Area incredible musicians, really sweet souls, had their final rehearsal before Shelter in Place, and the idea of like, how do we continue to make space for queer voices at a time when everybody's losing their gigs and all the venues are having to shut, and and I Need Space, the idea was born. And the first chapter had 12 musicians. It was an all-day festival. It was incredible, and it was such a success that we decided to do it continually, and so we've been doing it monthly. This will be chapter 5.
Wow.
And
That's
It's
awesome.
great. It's really amazing for me as a producer to actually connect with people all over the country and you know, kind of explore how do we technologically make it better and better and better as we're going forward, um, and just to recognize how many incredible queer artists there are around. It's like it's overwhelming, you know. So, but it's been really great. It's been really, really cool.
That's amazing. And you
Yeah.
also make sure that it's accessible. You guys have ASL interpreters in the
Yeah, exactly. I think this weekend we're still in the final coordination of that, but yeah, we attempt to have ASL interpretation for most of our artists, if not all of them. We had one chapter so far where we were able to have 6 interpreters, which was really amazing. But we're looking at about half the sets having ASL and then half being live captioned. So either way, we're really focusing on making it an accessible experience for the deaf community. And that's a really, really important part of the I'm Space Festival.
Wow. Sounds like an incredible community.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's been really special. I feel grateful to be to have a hand in it, you know. And we're always looking for, you know, we're starting to do some outreach for like volunteer energy, and you know, if anybody knows anyone who does ASL interpretation or would want to sponsor an ASL interpreter or would want to sponsor a festival that supports and uplifts queer voices, that's something we're always looking for. So we have a website, ineedspacefestival.com.
Okay. That's another one to
Yeah,
make note of.
I know
Um,
I've got like 100,000 links I could
yeah,
put here.
you do a lot of work in this
Yeah.
community, and it's really needed and appreciated. And like, I just really appreciate the perseverance that musicians are continue to demonstrate when things have been really challenging for continued like projects. So I'm really glad that you could be with us today and we could let more people know.
Yeah, totally. Me too. Thank you for having me. It's lovely to see you, and
You
hopefully
too.
one day we'll be able to hang out and have a live stream where we're sitting next to each other.
Yeah, totally. Sounds awesome. Okay, well, I will let you continue with your day, and I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye, darling.
Yeah, bye bye.